Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Shenplays. Welcome to EU4, where we're going to be poking at some mods. These mods that we're showing today are completely interface, graphical aids, and little adjustments that make life a lot nicer. The first thing you can notice right off the bat is the borders. Now, these borders are all black. And if we zoom into the province level, let's pick a nation like Lithuania, you can see there's also dotted black lines separating provinces from each other, whereas the thick black lines separate nations. It makes it very easy to distinguish between provinces, nations, and international borders are a breeze. This is called the thicker borders and recolored water. Oh, or recolored water. All right, so the water is recolored as well. I could really care less about the water, but the thick borders look so good. The second mod that I'm using right now is the map modes mod, which moves all of the map modes to the bottom of the screen, where you can see all of them and access all of them all at once, while still having access to the main menu buttons over here for the menu, ledger, history, modifiers, find a province, and the map is never blocked. This is a huge improvement, and I really hope Paradox adopts this idea for the future, because that looks awesome. You still have your text box down here, the log, which thankfully bumps the war icons up. In normal EU4, when you turn the log on, it blocks all of your wars, meaning you can't click on the wars and see how progress is going when the log box is open. But in this mod, it makes it so the wars bump up on top of the log box so you can still click on them. That is very nice. And that is called the, let's see, what's the name of that? That is called the mapmodebuttons mod. And again, if you want to try any of these mods, I'll put links in the description of this video and you can take a look at them there. What else do I have running right now that we can take a look at? The better fog of war. All right, so switch over to political map mode here. Better fog of war simply makes it so parts of the world that you cannot see due to fog of war, which is, you know, from any strategy game, you're going to have a fog of war. We can see every province that we own, and we can also see every province that borders a province that we own. So we can see armor and lawyer, but we cannot see Morbihan and Finisher. So you can see they have this kind of gray fog over it. Normal EU4 fog is very dark, and it makes it difficult to see the map when you're zoomed in to where the fog of war turns on. At a certain point, fog of war turns off, like back here, it's off. But when you zoom in to, I guess, where you want to control your units from, this range, it turns on fog of war. And normally it's very dark, and it makes it difficult to see beyond your borders. But with this mod, the fog of war is not so bad, and I like that. It's simply called the Better Fog of War mod. Again, there's a link in the description. What else are we running right now? Yes, the Bigger Diplomacy mod, but we're not using that mod directly. We're using it through another mod which installs the Bigger Diplomacy mod, and it's called the Better Font mod. And the Better Font mod makes these fonts a lot larger, so you can see the numbers easier. I mean, this is just an amazing improvement. Look how large the font is in the windows here. Look at how easy it is to read all this stuff. Oh my goodness, this is just amazing. You are a little bit cramped on space down here at the bottom, but don't worry about it. The buttons are still clickable. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Everything is just so legible. If you're coming from base EU4, this change in font is just amazing. It's just Verdana fonts. They're just very, very basic fonts, but they look good and they're in bold, so it's easy to see, even if you're blind. Well, I guess if you're blind, they might need some Braille improvements. There's no Braille mod yet. But I'm not using the Better Font mod by itself. I glued in another mod called the Bigger Piece Deal mod, or Bigger Piece View is what it's called. And what Bigger Piece View does is it makes the piece window absolutely gigantic. So if there's like 20 provinces to choose from, they'll have this giant window to use it. And if there's a whole lot of stuff to go through here, you'll have this giant window. Namely, it's for the provinces. So that's really nice. And the summary is almost twice as large. So you don't need as much of a scroll bar here because you can see a whole lot more of what's going on. So that's really nice. Now these two mods do not work together on their own. The better font mod, the bigger diplomacy mod, and the peace view mod, they don't interact well. If you have them both installed, it simply will not use the bigger piece mod. It just ignores it. So what I did is I took the numbers for the height of this window. I took those numbers out of the piece deal mod and I put them into the bigger font mod so that it would use the piece deal mod stuff. So I'll put a link to that altered mod, the one that I did, the small changes I did. I'll put a link to that below this video. You can have the piece deal, the bigger piece deal window, along with the bigger fonts mod and the bigger diplomacy view. I like that. It looks really nice. Oh man. Well, that was that. Those are the mods we're using. The thick borders and better waters mod, the better font mod with bigger diplomacy view and bigger piece deal view, the map modes button mod, which is just amazing. The only thing I don't like is it has little letters on here for the keyboard assignments. I don't like those. You don't need that. But this mod is absolutely amazing, where you can have all your buttons here, and it moves the log up a little bit, and the log moves the war things up. So you can now click on all the shields for your wars, even when the log is open. I love running with the log open. And the map is never covered. Oh, such good mods. And the better fog of war mod. All in all, I like this experience. I'm using this right now when I play, and it looks so much better than it ever has. All right, thanks for joining me, guys. I've been Shen. You've been you. There's links for these mods in the description. I'll see you later. Have a good day.